Hi, everyone. It's Caitlin. I wanted to just kind of sit down and give you some information about how I structure my flexible schedule classes and also just some kind of hints and tips to help you get the most of your flexible schedule classes here in Outschool. Flex classes are meant to be completely asynchronous. That means we don't have any live meetings, and instead, learners are given all of their information at the beginning of the week and then have time to kind of work their way through it, depending on schedule and also depending a little bit on interest. I'll link a video in this playlist that kind of dives a little bit deeper into flexible schedule classes and how I schedule my flexible schedule classes. But I wanted to go over some other kinds of things in this video. So the first thing I wanted to talk about today are YouTube playlists. I host all of my videos in YouTube playlists. There's a few reasons for this. Number one, most of us are able to access YouTube, and that can be really, really helpful. And number two, I usually give listening examples to correlate with classes. Obviously, I'm teaching music, and a huge part of music, in my opinion and experience, is listening. It's illegal for me to stream those, so I don't make any kind of Zoom video where I show a PowerPoint and I stream them because that's illegal and I don't want to break the law. Instead, I link the entire video into these YouTube playlists. Now, sometimes these songs can be quite lengthy. Sometimes we're talking 10, 15 minutes for one song. In a traditional live class, we would only watch little tiny snippets of these songs together, 30 or 60 seconds, and then I would allow my learners the time after class to go and listen to more of those things if they so choose. So because of that, and because I'm not able to just stream snippets of the songs as I would in a live class, I invite you to listen to 30 to 60 seconds of these. Listen to as much as you need to get a good understanding, to guide you in answering your comprehension questions, or listen to as much as you want to gauge on your interest. If you're super into a certain style of music, feel free to listen to all of the listening examples in their entirety. But if you don't or can't, don't feel bad about that. All right. Sometimes I list tons of listening, and I know when you get that playlist, it can be really overwhelming and look like you have hours of work ahead of you. But I don't want anybody to be stressed out. So keep in mind, in a live class, we would only be listening to tiny little bits of all of those songs. Sometimes I intersperse my lecture videos with those listening examples to help the flow of the playlist. Again, in a live class, I would lecture for a little while, give you the information, then we would listen to some of that stuff, and then we would talk about it. It's hard to structure that in a flexible schedule class. So, because of that, I sometimes split my lectures into multiple kind of modules and then put my listening examples after that. Feel free to listen to different topics on different days if that's how you learn the best. If you don't have enough time or enough energy to sit down and listen to an entire hour's worth of a playlist, that's absolutely okay. I want you to know that you have to kind of figure out what works best with you, and you are going to be the one who knows how you learn the best. So I want you to feel comfortable kind of splitting things up as you need to do and not feeling like you need to communicate that to me in any way, shape, or form, unless it's a problem, in which case always shoot me a message. Sometimes I also put extra videos that aren't necessary for your understanding of a topic, but that might be interesting. And that might also help students who are really into a specific topic. So I put these videos at the very end of the playlist. You'll notice them at the very bottom. All right. So don't feel like you have to watch these videos if you maybe don't have time, or maybe the topic for that particular week just isn't super interesting to you. Again, you have to kind of be the captain of your own ship here. So I want you to feel comfortable doing that. I also wanted to talk about some kind of tips of navigating the classroom, because that can be a really challenging component of these asynchronous classes. So number one, make sure that you always look for the class schedule and also the welcome letter. This is going to be located in one of the first posts in the classroom. I break down every single week and tell you when I'll be posting my materials, when you should check in on the Q&A if you have questions, and when you should be uploading your questions as well. Also, make sure to introduce yourself. I want to know who you are. I want to know why you're taking this class, and I want to get to know you a little bit through our class together. That's one of the fun parts for me as a teacher. So please introduce yourself on the introduction thread, or just shoot me a private message if that's something you'd be more comfortable with. Sometimes I have students who get a little overwhelmed at typing up their comprehension question answers, and I completely understand it. there is a really great feature in the Outschool classroom where you can respond via video post. Now, I have a separate video that explains this a little more, so I'll be sure to add this to the playlist, but please do this if it's more comfortable for you. If you're somebody who doesn't necessarily want to sit down and type stuff up, and instead you'd like to just create a post explaining your opinions and your thoughts and your reactions to me, I encourage you to do that. I love getting video reactions and video responses from my students. It makes it feel like things are a little more real, like we're in a live class environment. Always, always, always read your classmates' posts, right? Especially if they share video examples. You can learn so much from your classmates, and I really encourage you to do that. It's a really great kind of extra thing that you get in a flexible schedule class. You know, you get to see exactly what somebody else thinks, and you get to see what their reactions are. You get extra examples that they might be sharing that are completely different from the examples I'm sharing. I think that's a huge extra that you get in flexible schedule classes that you don't necessarily get in live classes, and I highly encourage you to take advantage of that. Finally, make sure you keep an eye out in that classroom for extra videos or extra posts that are shared beyond my normal uploading schedule. I'll post the video for that uploading schedule in this playlist as well, in case you were wondering. Next up, questions. So questions are always accepted and they are always encouraged. We are all always learning. And I want you to feel like you can ask me some questions if they pop up during your class time and during your learning environment here. In a live class, you'd be able to raise your hand, but we don't have that option as much on flexible schedule. So it kind of goes into your hands to reach out to me with questions. There are a few different ways to do this. So every week I'm going to be posting a Q&A thread. Feel free to ask those questions there. If for whatever reason, maybe you don't feel comfortable asking them kind of in a public environment, you could also just send me a direct message through your learner tab in the classroom, and I'll do my very best to respond to those within 24 hours. Every so often, especially in the middle of the week, it might take me a slightly longer time, but I prioritize learner questions and parent questions. So I will do my very, very best to get back to you as quickly as I can. I know sometimes it can be frustrating not being able to reach out and ask a question like you would in a live class. So I want you to feel like you can ask me things still, even if it's in a slightly different way. Finally, technology issues are a huge, huge, huge part of flexible schedule classes, right? We have to kind of rely on a lot of different things, rely on the videos to work, and rely on me to remember to upload things to the classroom on my schedule. So we all make mistakes, and sometimes tech issues do come up in flex classes. The biggest one usually is materials that get posted late. I automatically schedule posts to the classroom with materials every single Monday. Sometimes those posts don't get posted. I'm not sure where they go. They just kind of poof into Outschool land. So if that ever happens, or maybe a video link doesn't work, sometimes a video might be dead, might be located in my playlist and it doesn't go anywhere. I do my very best to keep an eye on that stuff, but every so often something just slips past me. If that ever happens, if you ever notice, on Tuesday, perhaps you log into the classroom and I haven't posted the materials for that week, or you're looking at the playlist and there's a dead video in there, please let me know as soon as you know, and then I can fix it in a timely manner. Every so often, I'll have a tech issue occur where maybe I forget to post materials and nobody tells me anything until Friday, and then we have to delay the class. We have to lengthen the class out. And I feel terrible when that occurs. So I do my very, very best on my end to make sure things are posted in a timely fashion, to make sure that all of the video links in your YouTube playlist are up to date and they're active. But we all make mistakes. So please just let me know if anything kind of comes up during our time together. I really, really want to make sure that you're getting access to everything and that you're able to get the most out of your flexible schedule class with me. So please always just communicate those issues if they come up. I'm super excited to get to work with you. I'm super excited to get to kind of experience the flexible schedule perks that we have with you. Again, I love flexible schedule classes. I really think that they're a great option for people on Outschool, and I'm super excited to get to offer that to you. So please do watch some of the other videos in this playlist. One will show you how to make those video responses, which I think is a really helpful tool. And the other one will explain a little bit more about my particular uploading schedule. Know that, of course, all flex teachers have different uploading schedules and different kind of priorities for that. So make sure that you take that with a grain of salt if you're taking flex classes with other teachers. Otherwise, again, I'm very, very excited to get to work with you, and I will see you all again soon. Bye, everyone.